Premiership Power Rankings for round 22, folks. Not looking exceptionally different from the table, the actual table, but there's certainly a few teams in different positions. A few teams on the way up, a few teams on the way down. You guys can let me know how fairly or not you think the rankings are. 13th and down, Bristol Bears. Is this the first time Bristol have been there? They're down one spot. I had them in 12th last week. They've lost 4 games on the bounce, folks. I know going away to Northampton is not an easy place to go, but they certainly still got pretty well beaten. 6-14 is their record. It's been a pretty disappointing season, and every time you thought they were just going to push, they'd win a game and then lose like 4 in a row. So yeah, Bristol in 13th. Worcester, likewise down a spot. They likewise got well beaten by kind of lower table rivals Newcastle, and boy did they get well beaten as well. So that was a very disappointing one for them. They are 12th on the log, so they are matching their actual position, where Bristol are all the way up in the high heights of 10th. So yes. These guys, Newcastle, have managed to jump up. They were in that 13th spot for a few weeks on a long losing run, but finally, after coming close last week, it paid off for them with a big away win at Worcester, up 2 spots for them. They're 11th on the table, so that actually matches their spot too. Maybe a little bit overrated, but all these teams in these bottom 4 spots are much of a muchness are Bath. Bath surprisingly has a better recent record than teams like Bristol. And actually Underhill's added a lot of value since he's come back fit, so they are tracking better, but they still got a bit of a hiding away at Exeter, and they didn't really score much in the second half. So yeah, rugby's an 80-minute game. If it was 40 minutes, they would have been looking all right. They won the first half, but then got hammered in the second. And then, as I mentioned many times, there's a big gap between these teams and the next team, which is London Irish. London Irish have kind of faltered towards the end of their season as well. That's 3 losses in a row for them, a big home loss to Quins. They're the same spot as they were last week, so they are 8th on the table. I've got them 9th on the power rankings. Second row, Gloucester. Things are seemingly, the wheels are coming off a little bit for them at the end of the season as well, unfortunately, because they were on a really good run for a while. They've had a loss, and prior to that was that cancelled game, and then prior to that was another loss. So they've kind of lost all momentum at the moment. They're down 3 spots. That home loss, which was close to Wasps, was particularly brutal. Likewise, Sale, who were on a fantastic run, also needed to kind of keep that momentum, but have lost a little bit of it. I mean, they lost at home to Sharsies. There's no disgrace in that, because Sharsies are certainly one of the top teams, but yeah, that's one they kind of needed to win. And there's been a couple of games this season, in recent weeks anyway, where they needed to win it and couldn't quite pull through. Speaking of Wasps, I got them up 2 spots into 6th. Wasps had an away win at Gloucester. Like I mentioned, their record is dead even, which kind of reflects their spot on the table with 10-10. They are 9th on the actual table, so yeah, I'm saying their recent form is maybe a little bit better than all that. And Northampton here in 5th, making a late push. They are 5th on the actual table as well. They have had 3 wins now in a row. So they're going to push and hope somebody above them falters so they can make their way as high as they can. The top 4, it is Exeter at the moment. Exeter still not looking 100% consistent, but certainly a big win at home for them over Bath. Their record is 12-9. That's their same spot on the table. These boys whose jersey I'm wearing, the Quins boys, are on a good run as well, kind of at the right time. They had a bit of a slump a couple of months ago, but things are coming pretty right. I forget how many wins they've had in a row, but it's certainly several. So they are looking okay at 13-7 in 3rd, same spot for them. Sharsies are still in 2nd. They're not blowing teams off the park, but they're certainly still able to get the wins. So it's the same on the table for them with that win over Sale. And then Leicester, even on the bye, still managed to retain that top spot pretty comfortably. They are at 17-3 in terms of their record, so happy days for them. So my power rankings, have got the top 4, top 5 pretty much the same as the table, which is maybe that's a good thing. Yeah, we're trying to catch out the teams who started well and are falling off the pace, or who started poorly and are kind of catching up. Maybe like a Wasps are in a bit more of a recent good vein of form, at least with a couple of wins and some of the other teams around them. But yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts. How do you reckon the teams are stacking up? Who are you backing to go all the way in the Premiership this year as we get to the business end? I know we got the European games this coming weekend and maybe the next weekend, so we've got a little bit of a break, but we'll get back into things soon enough. Anyway, you guys let me know your thoughts, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.